Hey everyone, and welcome back to House of Mystery. Today we're going to start a series that focuses on Hallmark movie and mystery characters and storylines. Now, a lot of these characters and these movie series are based on books, so we're also going to talk about the books they're based on and what might appeal to you. There's a range from Aurora Teagarden, who is a librarian, to Martha's Vineyard, whose character stars as a doctor, a flower shop owner. There's all kinds, something for everyone. And even though a lot of them have kind of the same elements, they're all these cozy mysteries where you just want to snuggle up and watch them. They're not going to be something that you're scared to watch by yourself, but there's enough interest and mystery and intrigue that keeps you coming back, especially since so many of them are part of a series. You want to see where the characters are going, how they're going to connect, and how the relationships are going to develop as they solve these mysteries. And so we will take time during every video of this series to look at some of the most popular ones on Hallmark. And please leave a comment below to tell which one you think is the best or which one you're most interested in after watching the series. We're actually going to start today with Hannah Swensen. Hannah is the character in the Murder, She Bakes series. It later becomes Hannah Swensen Mysteries, which is the same title that the books have. These are books that Joanne Fluke wrote, and there's lots of actually baking recipes incorporated into the books. And so she is a baker. She owns the cookie jar, and it's a very idyllic town, the setting and everything. There's so many good elements to this cozy mystery. There's lots of really great characters that play well off each other and you really grow to love. Of course, Allison Sweeney does a fantastic job in the lead role. But this is really what got me hooked on. This was like the first Hallmark mystery that I ever watched. And I was like, wow, this is really good because I don't love super scary, super gory. I want to be able to watch it by myself. And Hannah Swensen Mysteries do a really good job of this. The books are not actually my favorite. Some of the writing seems a little bit forced. No offense, of course, to Joanne Fluke because she has created some really cool characters that have been able to be, taken over into the movie. I just don't like maybe the romantic element that comes with this and the love triangle instead of just having one guy. It kind of seems like there's a lot, and that happens in several of these different mysteries, but the mysteries themselves are just so good and so delightful to watch. And I always look forward to when a new one is coming out with Hannah Swensen in it. So if we start looking at these movies from the very beginning, we started with A Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder. This came out in 2015. It has a really good plot. I really enjoyed the meet cute between her and Mike, the detective, played by Cameron Matheson. They both do a really great job. This is where her friend and delivery driver is shot, and we see Hannah's determination to go out and solve the murders. Even if she's kind of towing the line of getting in the way, we see how determined she is, and that's a really good beginning to set up the rest of the series. In the second one, I love it because it's also set at Christmas time, and this is a plum pudding mystery. And in this one, the local tree shop owner gets killed, and of course, Hannah is the one to find the body. And this is when we get even more into the love triangle I was kind of talking about because she's with Norman, the other guy, when she finds it. But it has a really good setting because there's mystery and there's Christmas, and it's really, really good. And then the first one that I ever saw was actually the Peach Cobbler murder, and I really like this one. There's a competing baker in town. The baker doesn't actually know how to bake, but as competition, when Hannah again finds the body, it complicates things because there was this friction between the two stores. And so, of course, Hannah is determined to clear her own name in this mystery, which makes it a little bit different because she's actually a suspect. The next movie in the series is Murder, She Baked, A Deadly Recipe. Now, the book was actually called A Fudge Cupcake Murder, I believe. This one is really good because I think this is probably my favorite plot. Hannah and her sister find the body of the sheriff, who they're not really big fans of, and the fact that her sister's husband, her brother-in-law, is actually running against him for sheriff kind of complicates matters. So I think this one is a really good as far as the plot goes, and it was probably ranked as one of my favorites. The next one is the Just Desserts, Murder, She Baked Just Desserts, and this is based on the book called The Strawberry Shortcake Murder. In this one, Hannah is judging a local televised bake-off, and one of her fellow judges is murdered, and so of course, Hannah is on the lookout to see what she can figure out, again, towing the line of getting too involved, but she of course wants to get to the truth, and puts herself in harm's way to do it. This one is also really good. This movie was followed by Sweet Revenge, a Hannah Swensen mystery. Now, this is when, and I'm not really sure for what reason, the series goes from Murder She Baked to a Hannah Swensen mystery, which again is the title of the books. Now, Sweet Revenge is actually based on the book A Cream Puff Murder. This is where her and Mike, the detective, are actually engaged. And of course, once again, Hannah finds a body, this time at the gym, the 24-hour gym. And so this one is also really good. Then you have a carrot cake murder. And I believe this is the same title as the book. Now, this is where I start to not maybe like them as much. I like the earlier ones better. I'm still really excited for the next one, but this one was not my favorite just because of the elements in the romantic part, which I don't want to give away too much. But it still has that mystery element that kind of makes you really want to keep watching. And so Carrot Cake Murder is still pretty good as far as the mystery goes. Then you have A Zest for Death. This is based on the book Lemon Meringue Pie Murder. Her relationship with Mike is very much on the rocks during this particular movie. Her mother actually finds the dead body this time. And her mother, by the way, is a great character, a great addition to this whole entire series. But she's out house hunting with her sister where she finds a dead body, and that makes it really interesting. And then the latest installment, at least for now, from 2024, is One Bad Apple. This is based on the apple turnover murder. And again, not my favorite. I like the earlier ones better, but probably out of the Hannah Swensen, once they switch over to Hannah Swensen, this one probably is my favorite. I don't like when I have to attach and then detach from characters. And again, I don't want to give away too much, but we are introduced to a new character, but he actually does a really good job of kind of just jumping in and taking on that new role. So that guy is the prosecuting attorney. He's very no nonsense. Mike is kind of completely out of the picture, but Hannah is teaching a local class at a college when there's an explosion. It's ruled an accident, but then someone, of course, winds up dead. So they have to take all of that into account, which is making lots of the plot interesting. Now, this series has been really successful, and so I think that they will probably continue to make at least a couple more, and I will definitely stay updated on what's coming next. But there are so many more books in the series, and if you like cozy mysteries, like I said, they're not my favorite, but they're definitely worth a read, and you just kind of have to figure out for yourself what you like, but they are those cozy mysteries, and some, of course, just like any book to movie series, there's going to be some changes. The physical characteristics, maybe some of the occupations or timelines of things will get changed, but you have that base character, her job as the cookie jar owner, and it's just so fun, and the characters do such a good job, and the setting of Lake Eden is just so wonderful that I definitely think if you like mysteries at all, that you should check out these Murder She Baked and Hannah Swensen mysteries on Hallmark. And I'm not a Hallmark person as far as other movies goes. I love some of the Christmas movies, but I just adore their mysteries. And then I have actually started books based on a lot of these movies. I will find out, oh, this movie was based on a book, and I will work backwards. Instead of doing book to movie, I do movie to book. And like I said, if you have a character that you want me to put on here, please let me know. I know a lot of the main ones on Hallmark, and we are going to definitely dive into those, and I'm super excited for this series. If you have another series that you would be interested in, please leave a comment below and let me know who your favorite Hallmark character is. Thanks again, guys. I will see you next time on House of Mystery.